The 2015 NHL draft was supposed to be huge for Bruins hockey.
Hold up, wait a minute.
The Bruins had an incredibly rare 3 back-to-back-to-back first-round draft picks. 1968 was the last time this happened, where Montreal had the first 3 picks of the draft.
With the 13th pick, Boston is proud to select Jacob Zabarwal.
In the 8 years since this draft, Jakub Zaboral's played a total of 76 games with the Bruins. Only 5 picks after Zaboral, defenseman Thomas Chabot was selected, and he's played 381 games with 229 points. Now, to be fair, about half of all the draft rankings show Zaboral over Chabot, so it was a miss, but the worst is yet to come.
You're not that guy.
Proud to select with the 14th pick. I'm gonna boo again. Jake DeBrusk.
Jake DeBrusk is a solid player and is definitely the best pick of these 3. You could easily split hairs and say Barzal, Connor, Besser were selected after him and produced better on a points per game basis, but this video is about the worst draft picks.
The house with his big dad.
Zachary Senyshyn from the Sioux.
No.
16 total NHL games played, 1 goal, 2 assists, and of all the 2015 first round picks, Senyshyn has the lowest number of games played and is tied for the lowest number of points alongside Ilya Samsonov, a goalie. Almost every prospect ranking for this draft had Senyshyn going in the late 2nd round, early 3rd. So this was the Bruins organization trying to galaxy brain a pick. I couldn't tell you what they were thinking, but I got to see Senyshyn play when he was in Sault Ste. Marie, and he was electric. He's currently playing in the German Elite League, but I hope we get to see him in the NHL again soon. One quick note, for this list, we're looking at draft picks in the last 10 years or since 2013. So we just missed Nail Yakubov, where he would definitely be on this list.
See you next time.
The 2016 NHL draft had titans like Austin Matthews, Patrick Laine, Matthew Tkachuk, and he who cannot be named because he left my team solely because he wanted a bigger stage and then did the same thing to the Jets recently. But the 5th overall pick in this draft probably lives in your nightmares if you're a Canucks fan.
Vancouver select from the London Knights, Ole Ulevy.
From 2016 to 2020, Ulevy was in and out of injuries almost the entire time, which severely hindered his development. He only played 23 games with Vancouver in 2020, 2 goals and 1 assist before he was traded to Florida for 2 players that aren't even on the Canucks roster anymore. To make things worse, Ulevy was selected over other defensemen Mikhail Sergachev, Charlie McAvoy, and Jacob Chychrun. Ultimately, the Panthers didn't re-sign Ulevy. The Red Wings picked him up, where he only played 8 games with 0 points. And at the moment, Ulevy isn't signed with anyone.
No!
Speaking of 5th overall picks, Michael Dalcal was drafted just after Ekblad, Reinhart, Draisaitl, and Bennett in the 2014 NHL draft, and almost all draft predictions and rankings had Dalcal in that 5th spot. Before the draft, the director of NHL scouting said he's one of the more consistent game in and game out performers in this draft class. Unfortunately, when the Islanders called Dalcal up, he couldn't find his footing. 4 games, 0 points. 28 games, 7 points. 53 games, 10 points. 26 games, 4 points, and 1 game, 0 points. The Islanders have since parted ways with Dalcal, and he's now playing in the German Elite League. The 2014 NHL draft was a bit of a minefield for most teams though. Colorado had a late 1st round pick that hasn't even played in the NHL. Dylan Larkin was selected 15th, and Pastrnak was selected 25th.
Oh my God!
The top 14 draft picks in the 2013 NHL draft have all played at least 450 NHL games each, aside from
Samuel Morin.
He was a 6'6" monster on the blue line, but unfortunately his story is tragic. The first season after he was drafted, he took a shot to the face, breaking his jaw, but he was determined to come back. He played 2 seasons in the AHL, fighting through numerous injuries.
And then, I got 3 different injuries in a month.
But ultimately, between 2017 and 2021, he tore his ACL twice. In 2022, he was forced to retire at the age of 28 because of the issues with his knee. His final NHL career stats: 29 games, 1 goal, 1 point. During an intimate moment with a young woman, I took a picture of us without her consent. I sent it to my teammates to impress them. Just prior to the 2021 NHL draft, Logan Maillioux was going to be charged with defamation and offensive photography in Sweden, to which he was convicted and ended up having to pay a fine. Only a week before the 2021 NHL draft, Maillioux renounced himself from the draft. Being drafted is an honor and a privilege. It's best that I renounce myself from the NHL draft. But the Montreal Canadiens didn't care.
Logan Maillioux.
Well, this is something the league probably wishes didn't happen, but now it has happened.
There was a media firestorm, and even the Prime Minister of Canada spoke out against this.
I am deeply disappointed by the decision.
But afterwards, the Canadiens organization doubled down and defended the pick. And then the NHL went on record as saying Mailloux is indefinitely ineligible, making the draft pick a complete waste. However, Mailloux just recently has been said to be meeting with Bettman himself regarding eligibility, which, if eligible, could make this draft pick a huge win. It seems like Mailloux showed maturity and remorse since it happened, but let me know what you think. Do you think Mailloux should be deemed eligible to play in the NHL again? If he is deemed eligible, that would change this draft pick from a waste to a win. If you're still watching by this point in the video, you are an absolute legend. But otherwise, guys, if you did enjoy the video, please remember to drop a like or subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ever play professional hockey?
People coming in now, this is it. There'll be no questions for me.
Sorry about, again, what happened out there.
Right.
Todd Bertuzzi was no stranger to controversy when he played in the NHL. Despite that, Bertuzzi still played an incredible